What sick shit in your head made you get into fighting? I ask every fighter that. What fucking trauma do you have in your head to be able to hit someone, get hit, possibly be in a car, in a car crash, talking in the ring terms?
Yeah. No, I get it. It is like we're so engulfed in it, and like it's just what we do every day that it's hard to even see it from the outside perspective. But yeah, it is pretty crazy. I would say like so I grew up wrestling, and I'll always have that. Like I said, that's in my blood. I could be like, I could blast double anybody at any time. I feel like because it's in my blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so natural to me. So growing up wrestling, that for sure helps and gives you an edge on it. And then I would say, so my dad passed away when I was 13. So that was like my freshman year of high school. And honestly, like that definitely had a part in it. And so I would say going through high school, wrestling and playing football, I was like I was kind of a mess, like man, anybody would be.
Dude, before that, and sorry to cut you off, man, because I want to hit on that. When you're 13, right? Because I've never had that experience, and I don't want to speak for you because I've never had that experience. It's not. But how do you even internalize that, man? How do you even process it when your parents die at a young age? You know what I mean? It's like, do you know what's going on, or are you like, fuck, I'm sad, and then you keep going about your day, and then everything's in hindsight, so you're like, damn, that fucking sucked.
Yeah, like speaking now I'm 26, and it's actually crazy because my dad died when I was 13, and we just hit the 13-year reunion of his passing. So I heard it on a podcast, and it brought up my situation. And now officially, my dad passed away when I was 13. I'm 26. I'm officially on the part of my life where I've spent more time without my dad than with my dad. So like that definitely hits hard for sure. So saying that 13 years after, I would say like the first 4 years, all of high school it's just like a blur. It's a mess. And like a perfect example of that is probably for like the first 4 or 5 years after my dad died, I would always tell people that he died when I was 12. He died when I was 12. That's what I thought. That's just
because you were so young.
Well, that's just like that was like the number in my head. And then literally like maybe 4 or 5 years later, I did the math and I was like, I was 13 when my dad died. I wasn't 12. I was 12 when he was sick. But when he died, I was 13. So that goes to show you like how much of a blur my life was. And I was like, oh yeah, my dad died when I was 12. And then I look back, I was like, I wasn't even 12 years old. I was 13.
You were 13.
That's just a good example to show how chaotic it was. I will say though, it made me like, I was angry, I was like pissed off all the time. But that comes into play on the wrestling mat and on the football field. And I fucking used it. Am I allowed to cuss? Sorry.
Yeah, of course, man.
So, I used it, I used it like a motherfucker. And like, that was my outlet, was mainly football at the time, honestly. I loved football. Like the camaraderie, I think, probably helped. I was really close with a lot of my coaches. They were probably taking on a fatherly role that I didn't even realize at the time. I love all my coaches. I look up to all my coaches. We could talk about that. But coaches they need more respect and more, we'll get into that. But
yeah.
But yeah, so like I really loved football, and I was an angry football player. You watch film of me playing, I played angry. I put my head down. I put my body on the line every play, like every game, and it paid off on the field.
Running back.
I was like a skill player, H-back mainly, H-back, but H-back. I would some receiver and then like safety and DB sometimes, punt return, kick return, all that.
I played a little bit of running back in high school, so yeah.
Yeah, I used to.
I had to put the shoulder down. I used to top Warner.
Yeah, if I was on a sideline and there was an option to run out of bounds or put my head down, I was fucking diving straight down. And and I always tell people like, I feel like I graduated in 2017. My generation, I feel like, was like the last generation of real Hard Knocks football.
Oh,
like
tell me about it.
Because
let's go.
Growing up when I was young, I grew like playing football from when I was 7 or 8, as well as wrestling. I had old school hard coaches, like real. They
tough skin.
They didn't pity none of us. Like I could tell you story after story about my coaches. Coach Hurley, that's my main guy. He played football and wrestled at Boise State, and then when he was my coach, his son was my same age, and at the time I think he was like a SWAT sniper or something. But he's one of the hardest. He's one of the hardest dudes ever. Sidetrack. We'll get back to it. I was up in Reno, which is where I'm from, and I was just cruising, and I see a white truck pass me, and I see his license plate that says Hurley. And immediately right there, I felt my anxiety go through the roof because it just brought back all these memories of like, he's a hard dude, but it made us all champions. Like, and that's another one. He doesn't get enough respect. But my senior year, I think he had 6 or 7 state champions that scattered throughout. Once, like we had a great club school, and then once everyone hit high school, they kind of dispersed to where they were located, you know. But Coach Hurley was a great dude, and I don't even know where we went from there. But
not you played sports, wrestling. Your father.
Yeah. We just had real hard nosed coaches, you know. And I used that, you know, in high school. We played fast. That was our motto: fast and mean. And we lived by it and we died by it. Fast and mean.
Dude, I love the way you said that.
Yeah.
Man, that really sparked something in me as well. It kind of not trigger in a good way because, yeah, man. The society that we live in nowadays, I mean, you know about it.
Yeah.
I'm not, dude, and I never like to trash it. You know what I mean? It's not like, the kids nowadays and all that stuff. I don't want to be that guy. It's just, I was surrounded by, the football players just like you. The way you talk too, your demeanor about like talking about the old school hard knocks football, fucking fuck you 2-a-days, remember the Titan shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's crucial. I'm forever thankful for that I was part of that generation. And yeah, like I wouldn't knock this generation too much because I imagine like the level of athleticism and the skill level is probably like still getting better when it comes to athletics.
And they're getting younger and they're doing it younger.
Yeah. So in a weird way, like they're getting just as good and just as skilled, just maybe in a softer way. But I wouldn't have wanted it any other way than the old school style that we grew up in, for sure.
Dude, hindsight's always 2020. It's so sticking to football, man, because I think that topic really, really interests me because, okay, so everything's in hindsight, right? Mm. So when you're doing MMA now, the crossover between sports, that's why when I see someone, because I used to play basketball, ironically enough, I'm 5'5", but that's a Filipino thing. But then, I used to play basketball, but what that taught me is a whole shitload of coordination. It's not like I was a superstar, but even with football, if you cross over from basketball to football, the hand-eye coordination is kind of the same, right? Because if you never played sports, try catching a fucking, like say fastball, or try catching someone from a fucking elite quarterback. That's just coming at you, and then you don't want to be going like you're getting hit in the face. You know what I mean? So I think that's very interesting,
especially as young kids, because that's when all the coordination really comes in. So I guess I started playing football and wrestling at like 6, 7, or 8, something like that. But even before that, my parents put me in gymnastics.
Okay, yeah.
And I feel like that was super beneficial for me to kind of just catapult or give me a good base for athleticism, and then the base of wrestling, like what it does to a young kid and how strong it makes their body. Like I imagine it goes so far, growing up wrestling, like it has to go so far.
Yeah, in some sort of way, when they say you can't teach a dog new tricks, I deem that to be false. But then when you're younger, it's almost like you're putting all these like neuroplasticity, all together, right?
Just like I was saying, me double-legging somebody, like I could do that, like at any time. That's so ingrained in my DNA that I could just blast doubles,
like tying your shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, riding a bike, all that. Yeah.
Hey man, let's stick to this because, dude, I'm very, very fascinated by the story. And shout out Emily, because that's where we talked about that because she played softball.
Oh yeah.
And when you roll with her, she just, dude, people that play sports are just different. You know what I mean?
You got to go for her knees.
You gotta go. Yeah. Hey, let him know. Yeah. She knows. It's not only, I guess this is part of coordination, but she knows how to distribute her weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's all these nuances that people that haven't played sports, and it's not on them. They just didn't play sports. It's just the things that they didn't come up knowing. I guess what I'm trying to say is that they're obviously not as athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Growing up.
For sure.
And then, so with me playing basketball, right? And then translating it, I'm no competitor or anything. I just, do that. I just train just for a hobby. But I will say, looking at hindsight, and I didn't realize this, is that my lateral movement when it comes to basketball, my footwork and stuff like that, it all translates, man.
Simple, like as simple as passing a guard on your feet, being able to be mobile enough to shift back and forth, like
not flat-footed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, let's continue with that story. So you know, and I'm very sorry about your father passing at a very early age. So you took that. Who decided to get you into sports?
I think my brother started playing football a year, like he's 2 years older than me. So he started, and then I think I went into it the next year. And then I think my mom's family friend, the Murphys, they started wrestling, and since we were like such close family friends with them, they kind of brought us along. And that's how I started wrestling.
Yeah.
And I hated it. It was miserable.
Really?
The first year, yeah.
All right, let's go, man. What is it? I mean, this is probably an obvious thing. Yeah. And I think like Jojo told me, Jojo Calderwood, hey, come on the podcast, by the way.
Shout out to Christ.
Yeah, I've been trying to get her on here forever, but
it's busy.
I know.
Running the gym.
I mean, this is prime time stuff, though.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I hear you.
What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Only if you're getting value out of it on YouTube and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a rating and follow. And also, I also write a blog newsletter from what I learned from my incredible guests that I have on. So sign up for the email list and get updates on the podcast.